What's up, guys? Welcome back from the MLG offices here in New York City. Axel Toss and Axelive here. We're watching a tournament from China, the Neo Star League 2013 Finals. And we started the day with 4 players, Courage, Jim, Tude Ming, and XY. And we're essentially trying to find out who's the best in China. I think this tournament kind of
China plus
designed.
Taiwan.
Sure.
I think there was 3 or 4 Taiwan players originally. They've all been eliminated, including Sen.
Yep.
You know, the strongest player from Taiwan. Sen didn't make the playoff bracket. I think he lost in round of 8, though.
Yes, he did. He's not in the Final Four.
Do you remember who he lost to? Or
I don't.
Okay, don't worry
He
about
didn't
it.
lose to one of our guys, though.
He lost to someone who lost to...
Yes, correct. So
I feel like he lost to Max Head, maybe, I want to say.
Yeah, I'll look
and
at
Max Head lost to someone else.
Sen was eliminated, though. He was in this tournament. So that can kind of give a little bit of perspective on how good these guys actually are.
Yes.
And, of course, watching these games, we can see these Zerg players, their timings are ridiculous against Darren. So speaking of which, let's go and get to game 2. It's Courage versus XY. It's third-place match, best of 3. Courage currently up 1-0. In the bottom left-hand location, Neo Planet S. Present your blue Terran player from Team Invictus Gaming, currently down 0-1. He needs to win 2 in a row here to get third place and take home 3,000 RMB. He is XY.
You know what? I love XY's name.
Why?
Because it's just his name. Like,
Oh,
you don't have to
point.
remember 2 names. It's his initials, right?
So you know whose name I bet you'll love?
Whose?
Jim.
Yes, I do.
Yep.
Like, it keeps things so much easier to keep track of who a person is when they use their name.
Speaking of keeping track, in the top right-hand location, your Red Zerg player currently up 1-0, going for some fancy Ling Baneling play in game 1 to close out XY. He is Courage. You
know what? It takes a lot of courage to use your real name as an ID, though.
It does.
I can't do it. I'm forever known as Axelav. If I start going on to my new battle name will be NR.
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 Boom. Look out.
Boom.
But now you told everyone. See, the art of it is you make the name and then you just destroy everyone. They're like, who is this NR guy? And little do they know, it's NR. That's just who it is. Nick Ranish. So, how does XY adjust here?
You know what's interesting? He's kind of in this. We're seeing a lot of similarities between his series against Tude Ming, in that in game 1 he goes command center first and a very fast third command center. You know, macro, right? And then in game 2 he goes for the Reapers. So that's exactly what he's doing here. Of course, a lot of it's map dependent too. Neoplanet S is a pretty good map for Reapers. You've got this area here to jump into. It's not like, oh, Reapers are better here than anywhere else. It's not like a Star Station or something like that. But it still is a pretty good map for Reapers. And it's just kind of his, like, maybe it's his formula on how to play a best of 3.
Neoplanet S is a smaller map. It's probably one of my favorite maps, TVZ at least. There's a lot of counterattack opportunities. It's a very condensed map too, so mistakes will, like, if you make a mistake, you're going to feel it. If you lose your army, it's not like you have time to rebuild it before your opponent approaches your side of the map. If you lose a third base, you can be counterattacked very easily in a matter of seconds, kind of a thing. So a lot of close quarter combat, a lot of maneuvering, and time is very valuable on this map. It's so darn small.
I like the eyes of an Overlord. I think this music is a good music to watch Overlord eyes on.
Does he have 8 eyes?
He does. He's got 4 on each side.
Guess that's why you can see so far. It's good.
Yeah, I wonder who has more eyes, an Overlord or an Overseer? Because I've never counted the eyes in an Overseer.
I think they retain their eyeballs.
They retain their eyeball count?
Because I don't think the vision actually extends. And I feel like...
Overseer just have, like, they have, like, better eyeballs because they can see cloak units.
Yeah. That might be what
Here comes the first Reaper. Look at that micro. It only takes a couple Zerging shots, 1 Zerging down, but so far there hasn't been much damage beyond that, which is always, you know, exactly what the Zerg player wants because the unit's lost there. No buildings forced to be built and canceled yet.
No early speed, going for the Queens, so going to be relying on Queens and Slowlings to defend this off. His main concern, not lose any drones. Now, for you Zerg players playing at home, this is a little bit micro-intensive. Generally going for the speed is a little bit safer, but obviously you're investing a bit more into gas. You're investing a bit more into tech, whereas if you go for the Queen opening, you can just pretty much exclusively invest into drones and Queens and be all right.
You know that the thing Vibe does where you send your 2 Zerglings out to kill the natural? You can tell that has hit the China server as well because look what XY did with his second Reaper. He's making sure Zerglings don't, you know, come in and kill that SCB, and now he knows it's safe. He's going to send it out to, you know, continue the harassment. But definitely a move he was ready for, and was totally prepared for. That was cool to see. He was anticipating perhaps a Zerglin counterattack. There's some gas coming in now for Courage.
Yep, and we got third base, a third command center, I should
Yes.
say,
Up on the
on the way from XY.
Yep. Up on the high ground here. Now Reaper's poking into the main here. Oh, one Reaper goes down. Another one gets a scout, and he can see how much gas there is. That's always good. If you can grab the drone kill, grab the drone kill. Oh, no, the queen's.
There's another queen.
Yeah.
And there should be a third
Uh-oh.
queen. Oh, there's a Ling.
Oh, the third queen wasn't quite positioned. I think he maybe could have gotten that kill. The queen maybe. I think the queen actually might have just popped out too. So it was one of those type of things.
So right now XY is like, okay, what is he making? Evo Chambers, Roachhorn, Roaches, third base. What's the timing of all this? Wants to make sure that Reaper stays alive. That's actually very important.
Yes.
So he can keep scouting, he can keep keeping an eye on his opponent. So he can identify if he has to deal with another all-in thing again. Because he went for those 3 bases early again. And one of those, what that's vulnerable to is when your opponent goes for those
Early
massive
attacks.
Ling Baneling attacks. So he's definitely looking out for those right now. And Courage is just now about to identify that third. In fact, he might have identified it a little bit ago with that Overlord.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's seeing it. So he knows what's
He
going on.
definitely has eyeballs on that.
Does he react by going
He's
for
got only 4 eyeballs though, right? Because the other 4 Overlord eyeballs are looking this way.
Sure. Yeah. Now, do you think Courage is going to go for another invested attack, low tech, or do you expect him to go? Because I
Look
feel
at
like on
this.
Neoplanet S, he kind of.
Third
Yeah.
hatchery in base. He's stock pulling Zerglings, getting speed and +1 melee. I think he's definitely looking to be aggressive here. I mean,
so just massling.
yeah, like at some point, if he built a third at his third location, it's like maybe he wants a bunch of leans to run down these
Reaper
hellions,
might-
right? Oh, it's going to
Reaper's
see
gonna
the third
see.
hatchery in here. That's going to make it suspicious. He's still only 1 gas in the main. No lair tech yet. Baiting Nest is on the way. And the Baiting Nest before lair tech always means aggression. Unless the Zerg gets scouted like some crazy build from Terran, they're pretty much never going to get that Baiting Nest before they start lair. So, and he sees there's no lair. XY definitely has got to be suspicious right now.
2 Widow Mines on the way. 2 Barracks about to finish for XY.
Now, these
Ooh.
Hellions are actually really
They're
important.
going to be very valuable. If your opponent's going masslings,
Yeah.
and well, obviously he doesn't want to lose them, but he definitely has a potential to get a lot of splash damage done. Now, Courage might adjust and kind of change up his strategy a bit.
Yeah, I think when he saw that many Hellions,
He's like, never mind.
yeah, he might very well do that. Now,
Oh my
he's-
god. That's a lot of dead Lings. 13 Ling kills by that Widow Mine.
So part of their bodies decompose faster than the blood does.
Yep.
Interesting to know. And the Hellions are going around here, and XY probably wants to be a lot more careful with these Hellions than he was in some of the other games, because if you lose these Hellions, that speedling Baneling bust is a much greater threat. Hellions are one of the best ways to defend against those. So he's not going to be diving into the natural or the main like we saw in some of his other games. He's going to keep these around to really supplement his defense. And he's got 2 more coming out as well. And look at his 3 bunkers. He's totally ready.
Yeah, that's good. And he already sent his third over to that third base location, so
Yep.
he's gonna start
And I
mining
mean,
there.
I like how Courage is kind of giving up the
Uh-oh.
plan. Is he going to go? He could be trapped here.
This was kind of.
Actually, there's not that many speedlings.
He's like, come on in.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't know if I can kill him.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough actually. I
Oh
thought-
my gosh.
Oh,
That could be a
great use of
scan.
burrow there.
Oh,
Oh!
so many drones falling.
I
And
almost.
XY is just licking his chops.
Oh man, this is brutal here. Kiting his way backwards. I mean, the speedings are going to eventually clean this up as more and more rally in, but the damage has been done. Some of these Hellions have got. This one has 13 kills. See the Sergeant. Go, Sergeant, go! The
Oh my
Sergeant is
God.
still alive.
14.
Their Corporal. 15
Okay.
is the Captain.
So this was that was a pretty game-winning move there.
Yes.
I mean, okay, so what just happened there? XY just basically destroyed his opponent's economy, which he's been working on all game long. Courage, unfortunately, let those Hellions by. Then the Hellions were able to get their damage done, 51 to 34.
And there's 3 mules too,
3
so it's really
mules,
like
3
70 to.
bases.
It's about twice the economy, right? And he's got enough units.
So what can Courage do from here? It's like he's obviously rebuilding his drones.
I mean, baiting landmines.
Try to make his unit. Yeah, he
Yeah.
has burrow.
Yeah, his burrow baiting landmines might be the best hope. Try to get a lot of those connections. Maybe the delay mutants and just hope that he can survive with the speedings and baitings for a while he just goes crazy in econ. Then gets a great engagement later. He does have a layer up now. There's baiting speed on the way. 14 drones in production, so he's really trying to prioritize those to get back in the game. But You know, XY is doing a smart thing. He's not going to, like, just send a whole bunch of units on the ground where they could, you know, get surrounded and picked off and lose his advantage. But he's going to put on pressure. So if Courage is too greedy, he can get some damage done with this drop play.
Going to drop a lot of units at this third base. I'm not sure if there's enough lings there. Courage still trying to remake some drones as a Spire on the way as well. Bailey's trying to come in, going to target some down, but...
Oh, you see how he left him Rod on the low ground?
Yep.
Oh, and he's chasing the Bailey. He's going to try to drop. No, actually, he's going to go right into the main.
Which is fine.
Oh, yes. These queens are great.
Medevac getting targeted down.
Oh, great micro there by Courage, actually. Can he finish off this Medevac?
Ooh, it's a fake.
Oh,
yeah, finish off the Medevac, but a lot of units going to be dropped here into this third base. Getting some more damage done.
Oh, and Speedings alone. Yeah. I mean, the Marines are 1-1. Speedings are 2. With the Baneys coming in.
Oh.
You get most of the units. So that was a... I mean, the Courage actually dealt with that pretty well.
Sure.
But that being said, it still forced him to stop massing drones. And you can see here, he's up by 6 drones, but there's still 3 mules in play. And army value-wise, right, he doesn't even have Spire yet. And there's another force moving out here. A lot of Widow Mines in his composition and a lot of Marines.
XY going to focus on assaulting that third base at the top side of the map. Going to swing over here into this pathway at the top. What's going to be important here? Yeah, what's going to be important is make sure you leapfrog those Widow Mines. Essentially, kind of treat them like siege tanks in a sense. Courage thinking about engaging this. I'm not sure if he has drilling claws.
No drilling claws quite yet, and that's going to help out a bit. He's trying to make the Widow Mines detonate on small groups of Zerglings. Almost got a Medevac there as well. Queen actually takes a pretty good Widow Mine hit. Another Queen goes down to Widow Mine. So far, Courage doing okay, but here's a test. Oh, great use of 3 Banings there. Takes that Widow Mine and some Marines.
He's trying to split them up too.
Courage's control here is great.
Oh, look at all these Banelings he's making.
Yeah, and if he keeps sending them in small groups, you know, big enough to cross in a Marine fight. Actually, this could work.
Oh.
Look at this. He's got rid of 2 Widow Mines for 3 or 4 Banings. Another Widow Mine down.
Wow. He's so technical with these Banelings. And he's going to come in with these lings, the rest of his units, going to clean things up. Wow, there's a lot of Medevacs that might have been...
He might have been in trouble, yeah. And there's 3... Courage just hasn't had the resources to get the Mutalists. Imagine if he didn't lose all those drones, right? Right now, he would have 12 Mutalists in the skies, and these engagements would be looking much more favorable for him. But he's doing what he can with what he has. His upgrades are slightly ahead. But XY is not yet done continuing to push in here.
Okay, charging to that third base, targeting down that third hatchery, but here come the Lings and the Banelings are going to pick up. Might even go right into the main base. No, he's going to back away. More Widow Mines and Marines coming forward. Going to try to drop those into the ground. XY is not actually accomplishing too much here, but actually he is forcing a lot of units out, trying to spread his opponent. He's
just trying to keep the Mutalists further away. It's 3 Mutalists here joining the battle. Courage is just controlling this so well here, doing everything he can to stay in the game. You know, this drop in the main, the Spire gets taken out. That's a big win for XY. And the rest of his army picks up a Medevac, retreats, and relands. 2 Widow Mines here. Actually, good dealing with those Widow Mines.
I mean, Courage is being so cost efficient with the units he has.
Yes.
It's just XY might be too far ahead at this point.
Oh, the Baiting Nest went down as well, so he's got to rebuild a Spire and a Baiting Nest. That's a lot of resources. Courage, he was going to get more Mutas, I think, with the amount of resources he had, but now he can't. There's no Spire in play. But, you know, he's starting to slowly bridge a supply gap. But there is a 4th command center. That could be a 4th base for XY. And Courage is not even thinking about a 4th base right now.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Marines coming up there. And the aggression is not ending here.
The
from
hatchery.
XY.
He cannot lose the hatchery.
Oh, it's getting so low. It does get taken out. He's going to pick up and just get out of there.
Now, maybe if Courage can run down, but he's got to be afraid of Widow Mines if he chases the army, so he's going to back away here. Only on 2 bases of economy is Courage, and look at XY getting Trilling Claws 3-3, even additional vehicle plating.
He's on top of all of his upgrades.
Yep.
And Courage is running out of options. 49 Banelings in production. He's done a great job staying in this game after losing so many drones early on, but XY taking advantage and retaining the momentum he's had from that from what started with that Hellion run by that killed however many drones, 30, 34.
34, yeah. I mean, units lost is still going to be in favor of XY, but a lot of that was from the drone damage done early. And it's actually impressive that it's this close with Courage fighting with just, you know, speedings and baitings for so long with very little, basically being outnumbered. When you're outnumbered, it's very hard to be cost efficient. So, taking out the Widow Mine, that was actually a pretty efficient Widow Mine, though. Got rid of 2 baitings. But, you know, he's dealing with the Widow Mine so well with this army.
Yeah.
But he's got to find a way to somehow.
Like XY's up 180 to 120 in supply.
Yeah, he's up a base, and he's got.
And now he's got that medevac count that
yeah.
is the game-ending medevac count.
I mean, Zergains won't do anything to this army now, basically, with this many
Try to get
medevacs.
this around.
Banings will.
He's like, all right, never mind.
Yeah, he doesn't have the muta count that he needs to really deal with this. In fact, his muta count is exactly at 3. There they come. The 3 mutas. What can they do? Well, they're putting some damage on the medevacs. It adds up, but they're gonna have to. He gets 1 medevac. The mutas have to stay alive. He needs to keep those mutas alive. Now trying to wrap around. If he can trap these medevacs, that could be. Oh, but look at that. The Marines
there's a full medevac.
Yeah, but the mutas get focused on. Here comes some banings, but a pickup. There's so many banings just waiting. They're like, come here, Marines. He's trying to bait out a couple banings here and there with Marine drops. Meanwhile, another force is swinging up here. Drilling Claws is done now. Oh, XY. Oh, Kurt.
Oh, my God.
He cannot afford to have those losses. A 4th base being attacked here.
That Widow Mine.
Oh. Another one. And in his massive baiting count, that was his kind of ace in a hole, is now he's now down to only 12 baitings, where before he had like 30 or so. And the drops continue to happen. The 4th base was defended, but this is a great position for the units. It's going to be hard to clean those up. Meanwhile, the 3rd hatchery is being focused on again. The bio's at 3-3 now. Look how fast XY can produce it with his 4-base economy with plenty of mule support, even getting 2 additional command centers. And Courage is trying to come in here.
XY, he's just playing with his food. He's playing with his food.
You know what he consistently does is when he picks units up, he leaves like 1 or 2 back just to take a couple baiting hits.
Yep.
Because even if it's a Marine, right? If a Marine training 1-to-1 Marines for baitings is great. Trying to do a speeding counterattack here. That maybe
XY is everywhere. Like there's no room. Like Courage is like, okay, let's go for a link counterattack.
And you know, this is cost efficient, but it's not enough, right?
Yep.
It's not enough there, and that's the game.
Wow, Courage falling in game 2 there after that nicely played game 1. Of course, you know, that game ultimately came down to that Helling run by in the beginning. Like, once you lose that many drones, it's such a difficult situation. Courage did a great job trying to make a comeback happen, but once XY, he got those 3 command centers so fast. And then he was just able to stay on those 3 command centers. He's got all those drone kills. Then just all you have to do is just keep pushing towards those extra bases. Keep pressuring the Zerg. Just keep scaring them. Keep forcing units out of them. Keep delaying their tech. And then you're just going to stay ahead the entire game.
You know, though, after seeing the first 2 games, I may give Courage a slight favor. I mean, going into this series, I would have guessed XY.
He microed so well.
He did.
Like it's funny because imagine if that Helling run by never happened.
Yeah, it would have been a totally different game. And XY is trying his best here, and he's an amazing player. But Courage is just on such a high level. I mean, besides that, it was a pretty big error that those Hellions get in.
Right.
It was one really big error. But besides that one big error, his play is very, very crisp and solid.
All right, we're tied 1-1 in this 3rd place match, guys. The winner of this next game will take home 3,000 RMB, and then we'll be moving on into the finals, a best-of-5 between Jim and 2D Mean. Guys, stay tuned. It's Courage versus XY, Game 3 coming up.